here today with the incredible Lucrezia. Did I say that right?
Yes, you did.
And we are here to talk about all things legal for your blog and for your business, because this is one of those areas that, like, we start our blogs and we just throw caution to the wind, and then somebody says, like, oh, I got the big S word, I got sued, or like they got into some kind of trouble, and then suddenly it's like a panic of like running around chasing, like, what do I need to protect myself? So let's prevent that from happening.
So let me state this. This is a disclaimer. So before we start, and we go, we dive into all the legal things that we will address today. I just want to make sure that we all know that today is just, this chat doesn't constitute legal advice. So even if I'm a lawyer, but I'm not your lawyers here today. Yes, all the information, all the tips that I will share with you today, just for educational purposes only. So I don't know, you can go on my website, you can read my full disclaimer so that we know what's happening here. But yeah, I just want to make sure that we're all on the same page. And this, like, you will have to do this is just like first step. Do this every time that you publish a blog post, anything. I always have a disclaimer that is, so that disclaimer. Maybe we can cut through this later.
This next question's kind of a bit of a doozy, but I'm hoping that maybe you can answer it. Can you talk about stock photos, specifically free stock photo sites? I heard another blogger who had a stock photo from Pixabay getting sued, and it scares me, especially since Pixabay has images in Canva too. Am I protected there?
Yeah.
It's kind of a loaded question.
Yeah, because like, you can never know. Like, I heard so many horror stories about Pixabay and Pexels, and the thing is, like, it's not them in itself, because you are allowed to use them, because they're basically like libraries of domain photos, or things that are public domain photos. So so they're free to use. But what happens is that unknowingly the photographers and the person that owns the copyright about those photos, someone else might upload them on those sites, and that's when the problem happened, because then the photographer one note that is from they were uploaded on Pixabay, and then they find it on your website, and they will say, hey, you're using my photo without having bought a license, without my permission, without giving credit or whatever, depending on on the situation. And so I know it's like, I don't have the budget, like, I know it's a big ask to say stay clear from these sites, because they're big help when you're starting out. And so there are people that the best thing would be to join a membership with some, or like Creative Market, for example, or Deposit for buying from like sites like Deposit Photos or Getty's, or a membership like Ivory Makes and all of that. But I understand that like, it can get a bit expensive for when you're just starting out, if you are, because we use so many graphics in our blogs, like. But there is Canva. Canva is so cheap and affordable, so inexpensive. Like, come on, $14, $20. How much it is? I have like the subscription. Yeah, Canva Pro. How much is it? Because I paid in Aussie dollars. I don't know, $15. Let's say. Yeah, I know. I know when you're starting out, it's an expense, but still, it's not too prohibitive. But you can use all the library of photos that are like with the Canva Pro, instead of having to pay for one license, and you covered with the license. Yeah. And you can do whatever you want not whatever you want, like according to the license, but it's pretty, it's quite generous as a license. You can do in so many, designs and things. Like, it's pretty, as long as you don't claim copyrights on those images, but you wouldn't, you just put in your ebooks or whatever. So the only thing is, like, if you use Canva Pro, I think there is this limit where if you use a photo from them, like a stock photo under Canva Pro, for your website, you need to stay within some limit of pixels. So if you put your featured image on your blog post, you can't have like a big resolution kind of thing. You need to be maximum 600 per 800, I think it is. So 480,000 in total, because otherwise people might download it from your blog post and use for free on there. While if the resolution is not that good, they wouldn't be able, when they download, you lose it, like the quality. So there's only this limit, but otherwise the license from Canva is amazing. So
I have seen images from Pixabay, like it'll say where the source is on Canva. Are those safe? Because going straight from Pexels or Pixabay has, ever since I heard about people getting sued, I'm like, no more ever again. But I've still seen that it says like Pixabay on Canva. Would that be still safe?
The funny thing about Canva is that they say that if something in their stock photos, it says that is from Pixabay in the free, like free stock photos thing. If for Pixabay, you need to refer to their license. So not Canva license, but Pixabay license. And so I would probably get Canva Pro and use the Pro ones instead of the Pixabay, because it's so affordable. So I wouldn't be like, I'm not, it's easy for me because when I started blogging, I was still working full time in my field. I was making a good income. So it was easy for me to invest in my blog. So I don't want to, so I wouldn't say buy things. I do from Deposit Photo or Ibermix and all of that. But because Canva is so affordable, I feel okay to say maybe invest in that, because then you will have peace of mind. If you really can't do Canva Pro, which is understandable when you're starting out, probably go on Pixabay and do a bit more research and find whether that person, if there are like thousands of photos from that photography, it means that he has a proper account. And, like he's actually giving, Or you can contact them, or you can give credit, or you can, there are ways of, but always read the license and always double check if you're using free stock photos.
That's the biggest thing. Every time that anyone asks me about like something about like, can you do this on Canva? I'm like, read the terms and conditions, read the licensing agreement. Don't ask me. I'm not your lawyer. Like, you have the same information that I do.
Or contact them.
Yeah. Or reach out and ask them, because then you have like proof that you talked to somebody and they said it was okay.
And that's why it's good to have like the Pro account, because then you will have this license and this, peace of mind that everything is checked with them, and, it's fine because it's,